My name is Jake Monroe, and this is the last job I ever worked. After 6 months of being unemployed, I took a night security job at the old Miller Grove Hospital, a rundown place at the edge of town, closed since the late 90s. They told me it was for budget reasons, but people around here whispered different things. Some said patients started killing themselves. Others claimed they saw people walking the halls long after it was shut down. But honestly, I didn't care. I needed the money. On my first day, the day supervisor, an old man named Carrington, showed me around. He gave me a simple rule: stay out of the East Wing. It's structurally unstable. I nodded, pretending to care. Ghost stories didn't pay rent. I thought it'd be an easy gig. Sit in a chair, watch a few monitors, walk the halls once an hour. That's it. The first couple of nights were quiet. Dusty corridors, flickering lights, old wheelchairs tucked in corners. The security monitors were grainy, but functional. I kept the coffee pot full and listened to static-filled radio stations to stay awake. But then, on the third night, something changed. Jake! I spun around. No one. The air turned ice cold. I ran back to the security office, heart hammering, sweat pouring. Night 5, I started losing sleep. I kept seeing things out of the corner of my eye. Movement in the monitors. Shadows where there should be none. And then, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I decided to unlock the East Wing. I had the override key. I told myself I just wanted to confirm it was empty, that it was all in my head. But the moment I crossed the threshold, everything changed. The hallway was colder, darker. The lights buzzed and flickered. Wheelchairs stood mid-hall, some tipped over. Bloody handprints marked the walls. I walked further in. Then the lights went out. I was swallowed by darkness. And then I felt it breathing, right behind me, heavy, animalistic. And then came the scream. Not human, not even close. I ran. But the door I entered from? Gone. Or sealed shut. The corridors twisted unnaturally, like the building itself was shifting. That's when I knew I wasn't alone. I could hear something crawling behind me fast, clicking against the floor like fingernails on tile. I ducked into a storage room, slammed the door, and held my breath. A soft whisper came from the vents. Jake, he never left. The next morning, I pretended like nothing happened. But I had to know. So I went into the file room in the basement, the one no one ever touched. There, I found an old metal cabinet labeled Ward Z. Inside were photos, patient reports, medical records. They weren't regular patients. They were test subjects. But if you stand outside Miller Grove on a rainy night, you'll still hear the alarm beeping. And if you're really unlucky, you might hear my voice whispering from the dark.